Yeah, Zoom, the fucking new CIA.
All
What if they
right.
had one of those in Canada?
Mm. That'd
That's
be-
how like calm Canadian people are. They're like, wait, we never really even looked into that.
I'm sure we do. I don't know though, because I don't care. Like, what are they gonna think?
Yeah, when was the last war Canada started?
We're of 1812.
Really? Well, thank you for that because that's where we got our national anthem.
And we won.
That's debatable.
No, it's not. More people in America died.
Oh, that's not how you judge a war. Vietnam, more people in Vietnam died and they still won.
All right.
I think Afghanistan's after about to take a 20-year win.
That's true. But also the land wasn't like we I don't know. My textbook
You
said
got the land.
yeah.
You got the land, which Canada never used to go as far down as Cape Cod, but it would go to Maine. But you know what is in Cape Cod? Dawson's Creek. Welcome to I Don't Want to Wait. I am. See how I did that there? That's what a pro does, Kim. Maybe you
But
could
where
learn.
are we starting when it whoa.
Oh, you'll in editing, you'll have to look back and post and see where a good starting point is. I put that trust in you. Please introduce yourself.
That's not good. I'm Kim McVicar, and that's Handren Seavey, and Handren's mic is so much smaller than mine.
I think it's just because it's further away. No, you might have a bigger one.
Oh, mine's
Yeah,
bigger.
you do.
I win.
Um, you have a big black mic. Uh, so welcome,
Welcome. Yes, yes, yes.
Kimberly. Does anybody call you Kimberly?
My mom.
Nice. Welcome, Kimberly, to season 2.
Season 2, episode 1, and we finished where they kiss and they start this episode still making out.
What do you think of that? Picking up right where it left off.
I think it's great, but I also think they probably shot this right after they shot the other one.
Because of the 13 episode thing and that they were a mid-season pickup, you think they had already maybe even shot like 26 episodes?
I just think that they don't look older, and usually you can tell like a haircut or whatever. Like you can, I think that they shot this scene that same day. I'm not saying the rest of
Oh yeah.
I'm saying that they decided to continue this scene. Um,
Yeah, because I know at some point um Dawson goes through, sorry, I'm trying to pull up what it looks like on that scene for visual reference. Dawson does go through a couple drastic style changes throughout the series. Where his hair is a thing, and the way they treat his hair and how long or short, shaggy, mullety it goes definitely changes throughout the years.
yeah, but in
But
this, it's the same. So it starts with
yeah,
them
it's the
making
same right
out.
here. But I feel like Pacey goes for a hair change in this one.
That's because he's shooting a movie in real life.
That's why they did that.
So that whole scene is just around him doing that movie. I think
What movie was that?
I'd have to Google it.
The Faculty, or was that Katie Holmes?
I don't know, but I just remember his little blonde tips were for. So let's see, when did this one come out? So what did you think of the kiss? While I look this up.
Not bad. Surprisingly, way less awkward than my first kiss was. However, my first kiss was.
But it wasn't their first kiss. They both kissed other people.
They both kissed each other in the library.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Remember
about that.
that?
Yeah,
But not like this. Not a passionate. That was just
and
a.
not on purpose.
Yeah, yeah. No, the other one they were bullied into. See, I think Dawson's hair is shorter.
Really? Maybe I didn't.
I think I mean it's still the shag. He definitely goes like way short further on or into
Right,
college or something.
right, but it didn't feel that way to me.
Um, but the kiss not bad. I like that they did pick up right from there because it lets you know that like you almost think one school year is going to be one season,
Hmm.
but this is like we're going even fucking slower than that.
And it allows them to have longer, more seasons, which is smart. It
Yeah.
doesn't say what movie it did. It's too much work to look it up. I tried.
Oh man. We
But
need a
but it's
crack researcher on this show.
we do. It's just he was, you know, he was doing a movie. So they kiss and then they talk about it, obviously, because that's what they're known to do.
That's the worst thing. Usually, well, you're supposed to just make out for hours and, rub your crotches together over jeans and then never speak about it, and one person leaves. That's how most high school makeout sessions for me went.
Or you fall asleep. Yeah. Or it's like, oh, I gotta
Yeah,
go home. It's time to go home. But in their defense, Joey never goes home.
she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah. So she says to
She
him,
could have stayed the night. She does all the time.
100%. But this is the one night they don't stay the night. And she's like, we need to think about this.
Yeah, and also then we see further down, it just makes it more awkward. They got the awkward of kissing for the first time out of the way,
Mhm.
and then she makes it about something else, which tells me the problem is Joey.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's like,
Oh, yeah. Okay. So after this kiss scene, it cuts to the mom of Dawson trying to get it on with the
all
dad.
of a sudden they're back.
And he's like, no, I don't
I
want.
know he throws her off, which I don't like. I don't agree with that either. I don't think a dude would have done that. I
I
think he
do
would have.
think that if your wife cheated on you and then tried to fuck you again, it's gonna take some time.
Possibly, but I still think you have sex, but you're just very cold afterwards and you get up and walk away. I think he does. He acts exactly the same way he did there, but he would just go through some sort of like demoralizing sex with her.
You're meaning like pull her hair more than usual?
Yeah, or
Well,
like,
what if he got
just be
soft
like,
during it and then he'd be more upset because he'd be visualizing her fucking some other guy?
it's, Mitch is a tough cookie to crack at this point. He's been real up and down. He's definitely has some anger, but this goes deeper into Mitch. Finally, for fucking 4 or 5 episodes, we haven't even heard from them. We finally pick up. The marriage is still not going well, and we find out some what Mitch is thinking. We get a little deeper into who Mitch is.
And then it cuts to Joey and Dawson waking up and being like, "Oh, I kissed." like
Yeah,
that's what it felt like.
this might be the first time Joey is genuinely happy in the show.
Yeah, but that's the best part is her sister calls her out on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Her
Oh,
sister's
and her
like,
sister, yeah, we find out some shit
"No,
about her thing with the second kiss in this one, and like she has a whole fantasy about the second. Who's thought about the fucking second kiss that much?
we're not there yet." But yes, so this whole scene is Joey and her sister, and then it's like also Dawson and Pacey. So there's these
Yeah.
two like flashbacks and forth. And the
Very
women are fixing a car and the men are getting their hair done. So it's a very like, let's flip the roles of what we think people would do.
yes, but also very rom-commy, very like a lot of rom-com movies where the guy has the friend and the girl has the friend or something that they're chatting about each other at the same time with, and what one thinks of the other. It's I don't know. I think so far season 2 starts off with
So
some
far, it's the
pace
first
to it.
episode.
Yeah,
I love it.
but with a little fucking pace to it, they start throwing in, new characters and fucking making shit happen all the time.
Yeah, well, so
Opposed to like some of those episodes in season 1 where it was just like the scare episode where it's fucking none of the story is pushed along hardly at all.
yeah, that was the worst episode of all time so far. But basically, her sister says Joey's character, "You're always sad and depressed."
Yeah.
I laughed so hard when that happened. I was like, she finally admits it. Her sister is a dud. And then I think the only reason they flipped it in the writer's room is because Pacey was shooting this movie. So they're like, we have to explain why his hair is blonde for an episode.
Yeah.
Because he will dye it back once this movie is done. So I think that literally that's the only reason that's in there is just a justification. They don't need someone could have dyed their hair over the summertime very easily.
Yes.
Oh, but
But
I
it's
can't
also
do the next
it's
day.
also not over the summer.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's literally the same day, although it does have that feeling like over the summer. Uh
And Pacey takes it so well when Dawson's like, it was magical. And he's like, I'm happy for you, man. No, you're not. You wanted her too.
I feel like at this point though, as we see in this episode, he's easily can jump from crush to crush.
Yeah, he's the most normal high school kid in this show.
Yeah. He literally would fuck anybody, including the teacher, and he's proven that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then cut to boom, new character introduced. Also, one now this is my favorite fucking cameo of this series so far. Is I forget her name even in the show, but Allie Ladder. I believe that's the
The
actress's
cheerleader?
name. Yeah, she was in a lot of stuff in
Mhm.
the '90s
Very
up through. She was a big high school crush of mine. Very excited. Forgot she was in this. Very excited to see that.
Handren jerked off when he watched this episode.
I did not, because they're in high school, and I felt like
But you
that
were
might
in
even
high
be
school
wrong.
when it happened, so is that what's the line on that?
It's
And you know they're over 18 when they shot.
only in your memory. Only in your memory can you think back. You can't. I couldn't pop in a tape from high school of like that me and my friends took of a party and jerk off to somebody on that tape. That's not right. They're underage in that tape. That's not okay.
I think it's okay. Because they're older now. I can
Only
see
if
that,
it's
okay.
yourself.
Why are you jerking off to yourself?
I'm just saying. That's the only way this is going to work legally, from a legal standpoint, is if you were jerking off to child
As a
pictures of
version of
yourself.
yourself. Oh, what a case that would be.
Hmm.
We caught you with a ton of porn on your computer. Also, it was all you.
Not even computer. It's the people versus Polaroid.
Yeah, that'd be so weird. Oh, what a great case. But back to the show. So Pacey takes his dad's car and he's trying to get the attention of the hot girl, in which we were talking about this cheerleader chick. And then we're introduced with a new character who crashes into his car.
Andy, welcome to the show, Andy. Little did you
Here
know
for a minute. Yeah.
you're going to be around for a minute. And also, you have a brother.
Yep.
They don't introduce them together. You find out about each of them separately. And him, you don't even find out about in this episode.
Nope, he doesn't exist yet, but she does. And she is, you find out that she's wealthy, or so you think. Because
Comes from wealth.
yes, she is a fancy chick. She dresses like a fancy chick with her headband and all that, like a very classy, like a very stuck up female. Like you can tell.
90s preppy.
Yeah,
Hmm. Actually, and it's not even 90s, because I've been to like some Cape Cod country clubs, and that there's a fashion sense that still sticks around.
it's that like polo with another like cut off sweater over top.
Sweater, yep.
Hairbands are a
Probably
must for women.
some stylish white tennis shoe,
Hmm.
and perhaps a high rising, low hanging white short
Yes.
or skirt.
Yes. And then Pacey messes with her and is pretending that he is a cop, and she's so embarrassed and freaking out. She doesn't want a ticket. And you know that.
Which I think is a clue to her that maybe she's not really wealthy, because wealthy people don't care about police.
That's true.
She's not acting wealthy in front of this cop. Like,
In
do you
fairness,
know who my father
if
is?
you're a wealthy kid, you would freak out because you would be like, "Don't tell my dad. I'll give you $100."
No, if you're a wealthy kid, you're like, you work for me, you fucking peasant. Cops and the law doesn't matter to me. I'm surprised she stopped. She should have, if they really wanted to play her off as wealthy, she would have just driven home.
And then it cuts to Dawson and Joey in the locker area of school again, and that's where they meet again and have to have this conversation of like Joey being like, "What should we do? Should we date or not?" And then Dawson's like, "It's gonna be easy. Don't worry." Which is like, clue, it's not gonna be easy. Like they say it so bad.
Yeah, yeah, they just do everything, and that's where you realize it's more about Joey and Dawson than less about them not saying their feelings for each other, but just who they are as people that makes it difficult for them to be together. Because like I would think, like if you wanted to make out with your, fuck this person for so long, then once you finally break that bridge, it's just so much easier. In a certain way to like, I know we talked about this last time, but to not be awkward around that person does change the relationship. But at least you go, the one thing we haven't fucking talked about this entire time, which has made things awkward, is out of the closet now, and we can be more open in that way.
And I think that they foreshadow something in that scene too, because I think I think this is the scene where Joey says something like, "Let's not make out in the hall. I don't want to be one of those people," because there's like people who make out in the hall. Is that this episode? I could be
Maybe
wrong.
they are in the hall. Yeah, they go to kiss,
Like,
and I
no, I
think
don't want
that's
to be that. I don't want to air out our laundry, which to me is like, oh, foreshadow. Whenever they fight, it will be in school.
mm. Oh, you think so? You think they're gonna fight in the halls?
100%. As soon as they say we'll never do that, they're gonna do it.
But they say make out in the halls though. But you think it'll be the opposite? You think they'll
I think they'll fight in the hall.
I don't see Joey as a fighter. I see her as just like she just takes it.
You starting bets? Let's do it.
Does Joey really get mad at Dawson?
Has
I
to.
don't think so.
Oh, has to.
I can't remember either way, but I think she's a scorn woman with almost no spinal cord, and I
I
think
don't
she
know why
just
I'm getting mad about that description of her. I'm like, oh, she's a great woman. Like, there's this female version in you as a woman that's like, oh, I gotta stick up for this chick. But she's also terrifying and terrible in this. Like, she's so sad all the time. She is this.
yep.
But they're talking in the hallways. They're in love. They're figuring out what they want to do. I don't know if this is when he asked her out on a date. I think it is. Yes, sir, on a
Um,
date. He's like, "Let's start simple. Let's go on a date." And she's like, "A date with Dawson?" And then Jen walks in. And they're like, "Hey, Jen, what's up?" And she's like, "My dad died." Or grandpa, sorry.
yeah, I know.
And
And
then the timeline gets really weird.
well, also it's like all of a sudden Jen walks in with the classic Joey line.
Yeah, 100%. Joey, but she isn't excusable. Like, someone dies, you're allowed to be a little want for the day.
I say don't go to school.
Oh, man, I mean, my dad died while I was in high school, and I got called to the principal's office, and I remember walking in, and then they were like, my mom was there, and she was like, "Your dad died," and then they were like, "Go grab your stuff," and I didn't get a hall pass or whatever the fuck you're supposed to get, and then I went back into my classroom. My teacher wouldn't let me leave because I didn't have like a thing to leave with. And I just was like, my fucking dad died. And then grabbed
Yeah.
books and left. And I left the whole school that day. And apparently everyone was talking about me being such a dick because I cursed at a teacher. But also, he had to have felt terrible.
Oh yeah, definitely. You fucking put that right back on him. But that's different than going up to your friends and being like, hey, happy people. So like she didn't have to walk up to him. She didn't have to like she did that because she does still want Dawson. She
Oh,
doesn't want this to work.
100%. But then she said, I'm going to go. It's too sad. She does decide to leave. And
Yeah.
then Joey's like, Dawson, go after her. And Dawson's like, wait, you mean it? And Joey's like, yeah, my mom died. I get it. It's sad. But then Jen leaves, and then Dawson follows right after her. And then they don't see each other forever. So Dawson didn't chase after her. Dawson went to class or something weird.
Yeah, and I don't know, saying that's the same thing. My mom died, my grandparents die. That's what's supposed to happen. Like
They're
parents dying is
training wheels of,
is much
yeah,
different.
they're training wheels of it. We know that.
Um but then we go to Andy finding out who Pacey really is.
Yep.
And Andy, right off the bat, setting up showing she's got some fucking spunk to her, setting Pacey up.
Yeah, with that. So she's like, I can get you a date with that hot chick. And then she goes and talks to her. And then Pacey comes over, asks the chick out, and she says yes. And you're like, whoa, that wasn't supposed to be this simple. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, he doesn't go right up to her. He goes up to her outside
Right. That's what I mean.
when she's
In that moment. Yeah.
when she's cheerleading. What do you think of Andy as a person?
Oh, she's worse than Joey.
Really?
I think women terrible on this show. Terrible.
You think worse than Joey? So who ends up being your favorite? Fucking I forget her name, but Busy Phillips?
Pacey.
Pace.
Hands.
Well, they do date for a while later on in the show. Busy and Pacey date.
I don't know. I don't remember it.
We'll get there. That's years away. This is also where Grams is like, moving on with my life, ready for single retired life. Finally.
I don't know if that's true. I've had so many deaths in my family. Some people need to pack shit up and get it out right away. Uh,
Yeah.
so I think that it's fine that the grandma is packing up his shit and getting. She's been preparing for his death for a long time. It's not like news to her. When you know someone's gonna die, you prepare, and then once they die, you're very sad, but you also have this like moment of like, let me finish this so that it's done and I can move on. Because it's a very like she says she was by his side for like half a year or something. That's a
Yeah.
long time. And 40 something years as well. Like she just needs to clean up and be done. Otherwise, she's looking at his clothes every day, which is sadder.
I also think there is a thing for older, because most of a majority of the time, somebody in Graham's position, the husband does die first, and there's an independence and enjoyment of life that the woman would like to have, and in her older years she only has so many years left, and when she's giving 6 months of it to being a caretaker for this person, I think you do get that feeling of like, this is also taking away from me enjoying my last years. And so you shorten that grieving time because you know how little time you have left. You don't want to spend it just grieving the other person. You want to do the things that you want to do as well.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way. Also, like that generation of women didn't have freedom. So like you
Mm,
once he dies, you're like, oh, I'm allowed to vote now.
yeah.
Uh, like,
No,
uh
actually, they were grandmothered out of voting. So if you were of voting age before the 19th Amendment, you still couldn't vote. It was weird how they did that.
that's cool. Again, not American, don't know if that works, but I'll believe you. So yeah, so she, I get it. Like she's packing up, and then Jen is a terrible person, and it's like, you don't even care about him.
Yeah, Jen, and I never seen it this way before, but she was this way with Dawson. She is kind of selfish with her emotions.
Oh yeah, this episode makes her a terrible person. You can
Yeah.
tell. It's kind
Oh
of
yeah, yeah. Later on. Oh,
it
why would
proves
you do that?
that all women on the show are the worst. Like the only one who's cool is Grams. Like that would be if I had to say.
And she's racist.
No, she isn't. But also maybe the other thing about her husband dying and her not caring is because she actually believes in an afterlife. So she's like, I'll see him in a year.
That's true. Ooh, year. Ouch, grams. But yeah, then Pacey asks out the cheerleader, and which she is just wearing a. I'm looking at it right now. A sports bra. He's wearing a.
Jerking off right now, everybody too. I can see it. It's inappropriate.
Yep. A very Kramer. Pacey dresses a lot like Kramer.
It's great. I like it. I'm not against it. Before that scene though, that's when Dawson's mom comes home and she is late and she's like, I wasn't cheating on you. I
Oh
just
yeah.
want you to know that, which is just a quick reminder of like she was a cheater in case you join. I think the writers did a good job of setting up things that are like if you didn't watch season 1, because I bet you when they got picked up they put more ad money into this, so there were a lot of people who probably jumped on season 2
Yeah, for sure.
or missed
Uh,
episodes of season 1.
Also showing that they've had some discussion about their relationship and about how she's going to be on a tight clock from now on and has to be home, but like there were a lot of rules set up that they don't that happen off camera within their marriage that you're kind of like finding out about later now.
That is not something I thought about. I like that you saw her doing that and you were like, oh, Mitch must have said some shit.
Well,
Meanwhile,
clearly she's referencing a conversation they had about when she's going to come home and what time she should be home after getting out of work and shit.
I just didn't think about it.
And then we get deeper into Mitch. He doesn't. He just goes, "Oh, well, whatever. I'll see you later." Goes out dressed up.
Yeah, he does. And then, okay, so then the whole cheerleader thing, she says yes. We're like shocked about that. Um, what's after that?
But also clearly we all know there's something up with that. I don't think that one fooled anybody.
No, no, no. You can tell it's weird because she's like, sure.
Yeah.
What's after that is that you see Mitch at a divorce thing.
Not yet. First, it goes to another awkward conversation with Jen, where Dawson goes over and or was that in between?
Yeah,
Is
I
there
think.
the quick thing with Mitch in between?
Yeah, it's quick. It's just a quick see.
Um, oh yeah, that was funny too. There's
Then
something that was said in that law office that was like something about, oh no, it's because uh she picks up and says, "Oh no, we just do divorce
Yeah,
law or something."
that's how you can tell where he's at.
Yeah,
It's just like
which was just
a line.
complete exposition.
100%. Then it cuts to Jen. Dawson finally catches up to her. Like, how slow was he? Because he said he like was going right after her at school, and then it never happened.
Yeah.
He went home and
Yeah,
got ready.
finally got her right when she got home.
Yeah, he like got ready for his date and everything. And then everything he says to her is fucked up.
What do you mean?
Like he didn't say like because she was like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "The movies with what's her face? Yeah, of course I'm going with Sad Girl. I always go everywhere with Sad Girl." And instead of being like, "Yeah, we're dating now," he doesn't tell
Yeah.
her because he feels like she's too sad. And then he even says you should go out. Like I could see where she would think I could go hang out with him and Joey.
Mm,
He
I
never
don't know.
never said they kissed. He never said they dated. He even
Yeah, but
need a friend right now, which is like, and then they hug for too long, and you see her face, which is like so desperate.
I know, and that's where I think he would I think he's already said, like, he's not into it. Like, he refused the rape kiss. He didn't,
He chased Joey. She knows that he likes Joey, but he's never clear. He never says to her, "I like Joey." The last thing he said to her in the end of season one was, "I don't know, but I need to figure it out."
yes, but I mean, he's still being very much like, "I'm keeping you at arm's length."
Yeah, but not. He's not clear, is what I'm saying. And she's a psycho bitch, and you got to be clear with psycho bitches.
Okay, okay. I just thought you would, not treat them as people as at all, that's all.
He should have never.
I actually firmly disagree. Well, not disagree, but I think the more psycho the person is, the more you just ghost them.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. But if you're gonna talk to them, you have to be like, I have a girlfriend. Stop this. Versus like, yeah, you should go outside. Well, I'll be at the movie theater, but you should do something. Like that's basically what he did.
Yeah, for me, I would pick up on that right now. Like, they would have invited me had I.
Yeah, but she's a psycho bitch. Psycho bitches don't think that way.
Okay.
That's see, this is such a female thing of like all the women who are listening are like, she's right, and all the men are listening are like, well, he's right because they don't know
You
any
made it very clear. You made it very clear. I did not invite you. A non-invite
This is something
is
we would have an
a
argument over.
uninvited.
I'm surprised there wasn't a moment where Joey was like, "Why the fuck didn't you just tell her we were dating?" Like there should have been that fight.
Yes, absolutely. Also, back to I think a guy would say a non-invite is means you're not invited, which means the only way to be invited is to be invited. In other words, the only consent is to get consent. I think
Right.
all guys would agree with that. You don't agree with that, but I think
A psycho bitch would be like, "Did you tell me where you were going at 5 p.m.?" And you said I should go somewhere. You didn't say I shouldn't go to that place at 5 p.m. Therefore, you probably want me to go there at 5 p.m. You're being vague.
yeah, yeah. So you're saying a not a yes is still means yes.
Not with rape. I feel like you're trying
Oh,
to.
okay, okay, okay. Agree to disagree. I think that's what I'm hearing from
I
you,
know what
but
you're
agree to
trying to
disagree.
do, and no, I'm just talking about psycho bitches. Okay, they're out there. We need to stop them. We need to be clear with these ladies. Then it goes to the second kiss thing where you find out her sister is crazy.
Oh yeah, has been obsessed about second kisses her fucking entire life.
I've never thought about the second kiss ever.
Neither have I, but she does make kind of like a compelling psychological point of like, you've already decided you're going to kiss this person, and now you're going to decide how you're going to kiss this person. Like what she says, you kind of go like, oh, that's not a bad way to put, like, if you had to write an essay about second kisses or something, but she's just way too into it.
I prefer the second kiss
Yeah.
because you had
She's around there making out 2 times with everybody and then dropping them.
the third one is when I leave. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Second kiss is my favorite. The third is goodbye.
Yeah. And then it cuts to Joey getting ready for the date, but clearly Dawson already got ready for the date. So what is happening in that timeline?
And then Dawson shows up and just fucking pulls a flower out of the ground and was like, I brought you a flower.
That was so sweet. Oh, I loved that part.
Oh, I think that's the worst. Because then you see Joey later still holding the flower, and it's kind of like, how long do I have to
So
hold on to this
romantic.
fucking thing that
No, he was like, "Oh, let me get you. I didn't want to get you money or a thing," and then it's just like a perfect moment.
money or it's not her birthday.
Yeah,
Was he
but
gonna give her money?
I mean, if he wants this relationship to last, yes. I'm kidding. I don't know what kind of relationships you're into, but I'm into cash relationships. No, it was sweet that he pulled the flower.
um I guess for a first date, if he then does that on every
No,
new
that is
date he
stupid.
goes
You can't
on.
do it every day. That's dumb.
Yeah.
But he pulls up in like a motorboat, and
Yeah.
I was like,
The
"Wait,
little whaler.
yeah, he had one all this time, and she's been fucking rowing her ass off for like, why wasn't he
Oh
getting
yeah.
her? Why wasn't he picking her up?"
No, of course, because he wasn't interested. She was making her way over to his house like Feifel in American Tail, just looking for a new life. And
Feifel?
every time, and he was like, I guess you can come in. What's that?
Feifel? Isn't it Feibel?
No,
Feifel goes
Feifel.
west. Feifel goes west.
Yeah, it's Feifel.
Mm.
Look it up. This will be, I will be right here.
Uh,
Feifel Mauskowitz. Um, but yes, of course, his family has the speedboat. Actually, it was like a whaler. It was like a little fishing whaler, little center console. What'd you find?
Nothing. Yeah, you might have been right. But nothing. I found nothing.
Um, cut to the theater. Now, this, how would you feel? Because I would be like, this would almost ruin a first date for me. Going to a fucking old ass movie.
Well, first of all, you forgot two things. The sweetest moment in this whole episode when he says, like, she's talking about kissing and like, oh, the sex, and like he goes, I just want to hold your hand.
Yeah, why don't we start with
Oh,
holding hands?
so sweet.
Kind of gay.
How did you
It's
ever get laid?
I just don't know a guy that wouldn't just fucking kiss again.
100%. They should have made out there for sure, but they
Yeah.
can't because this whole episode is called The Kiss. I think like it's about
Yeah.
that. But then they go to the theater, and you're saying why would you watch an old movie?
Yeah, they go to what is it, Last Picture Show or
He watched
something?
so many old movies in his place.
I know. I just feel like that's
That's
Joey's like, so we're basically doing what we do at your house all the fucking time, but we're doing it like go out bowling or something. Go have some fun. Like they're still just doing what Dawson wants to do.
for sure, for sure. But also, this thing is closing down. It's the last one, so that's cool.
Yeah.
You would go.
I guess, yeah.
This season
It
is
is a nice theater. But then they later reveal it's just opening up again as a different theater.
That's funny. That was a good little haha. Um, yeah. And then does Jen come in now? Yeah, no. So it cuts to like Pacey for a second, waiting for this chick to show up. Then it goes
Yeah.
back to the movie theater, and then you see Jen. And why do they have an empty seat next to them? Let's start with that.
I don't know because well, I'm looking at it right now, and at least they have a few other empties spotted around them. So it wasn't like it was completely packed except for the seat there. But you also do see that Graham is there as well.
Right.
She's there alone. That's what I mean about like she immediately went out she wanted to go enjoy her life.
No, because she says she went because that was where her first date with her husband was, and he's dead, so she just wanted to be with him.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I
You
think
have
she was
no
out
soul.
looking for
You have
dick.
no soul. No.
He was like, "This was the last place I went to find a guy. I'm just gonna go here again."
No, again, the thing is closing down. It's where her first date was, and he did. So like
Yeah,
she's got this like nostalgic thing because like now they're tearing down the theater, and you'll never be able to have that memory again. Well, you can have it, but
Graham's trolling for dick. It's the only way she knows how.
mm. And Jen sits down with Dawson and Joey,
And yeah, and then she makes it super awkward and just goes and sits right by him.
and they're holding
Um,
hands, so she should have saw that.
definitely should have seen that. Definitely should have
Like,
known. I don't know, like especially for somebody who's so been like, I've had sex. I know. Yeah, I come from the big city, and it's like, and you couldn't fucking pick up what was going on here with these two fucking small town kin getting together.
But this is when she's the worst human being of all time because first of all, okay, so she says a bunch of stuff and then she's like, "Woe is me." She totally, but she's smart in that. Okay, Dawson loves chicks who are Joey, so be Joey, right? So she comes in and is Joey, is this sad little monster,
You
and
think she
then
was Joey
like a
Joeifying?
hero. And then Dawson goes after her. Big mistake, huge.
Yeah, don't leave the date. You can leave in high school, like in between. You're talking in the hallways. I'm gonna go, but don't leave the date,
Nope.
Dawson.
Let
Don't
that
leave the
person
date.
go, call them later. If you're any teen listening to this out there, if you're on a date and a psycho bitch comes in, let her leave.
Your ex comes in and is like, "Oh, I'm sad." First off, know that the person you were with is happy that she is sad.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you go after, not only are you choosing that person, but you're taking away from that person's happiness because they're happy they're with you and the other person is sad about it.
Yeah. Have you ever been in that situation where an ex popped out?
Yes, but no. Yes,
What?
I have had current people I'm dating been out and met an ex that I saw out, but it was never in a situation where that ex what was trying to get back with me or something.
Oh, I've had psycho bitches do that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you are a home wrecker and you steal. How did that?
No, I was dating a guy for years, and then this ex, she'd always call him and be like, "Can you come pick me up? I'm in a dangerous location," and like stuff like that. And then uh we saw her out one time, and then it was just like, "You need to decide, man. I can't. I'm not doing this shit."
You know what? I'm reminded of something this that did happen to me one time when I was like 22 or something. The girl I'd broken up with was out with another girl, and it was like a first or second date, but it was as the bars emptied out. Um, in Portland. And so there was a lot. So the girl I was with didn't know, but there was a lot of people in the crowd. And we were walking through, and my ex saw me with the girl and like got very shocked by it. I don't know, so whatever. Like she was
Didn't
still, I
know.
don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think she also was like, it was weird how we broke up, but I think for the moment was wanted to get back together. We never did.
Mhm.
But she saw me there and I saw her like get very upset and then take off up the street. And there was a big crowd and I was like, "Oh hell, I'll meet you." And then I went up to see if she was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
But it was only like a first date with somebody I just met too.
so it was the same situation, a first date.
Except it was not blatant. I hid it. That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
And it wasn't a first date with your fucking childhood best friend who's had a crush on you. It was just some random person.
Yeah, I agree with that. But dudes, don't go after the ex.
Yeah, no, for the most. And also I've learned since then. I have learned.
But then he goes after her and they're in the lobby and she's like, "This is where we had our first date." And then isn't it weird how it's the last place we're having a date? Or not a date, but she's like, "Isn't it weird that they're closing it down?" And then
Yeah.
fucking weird. And then she's like, "Did you love Joey the whole time you were with me?" And he's like, "No." And then she's like, "Just don't go fucking her." She doesn't use the word fuck, but don't go fucking her now because I don't think I can handle it. I'll cut myself. She literally goes there where she says basically like she'll kill herself. And he's like, "Don't even say that. That's a psycho bitch."
Yeah, she doesn't say kill though, but I think she
Nice. She said
will
something about not
cut.
cutting.
Yeah. But I'm just saying cutting in general. Not to death, but just for
Well, most
to
people cut
control the
for
pain.
attention. Yeah.
Um but also again showing Dawson not very creative with the date. He took Jen there as well, and then he just took Joey there. Like
Okay,
he
that
probably picked a flower out of when he went to meet Jen for the first time.
we didn't see that though. We didn't see that. So if we did,
Yeah.
we didn't see that. But the best part is he goes back into the theater and there's just that fucking flower on the chair where Joey, I was like, "Get it, Joey," because he's such a romantic that like it purely shows like, no, fuck you and your little kind gestures. I'm out.
Very, yeah, she knows how to
She knows how to be a Joey.
a Joey, but also like what's like, you know, she knew that the flower being there was worse than just nobody there at all.
Oh yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
fucking love that. That's a good female thing to do. Gotta be a
Yeah, that's a psychological female that like
I live for those women.
a guy would go out if that was that whole scene was gender reversed and it was a chick and then a guy out there, a guy would just go out and fight the other guy or something,
Push them or yell. Start
or find a go make out with another chick there or something like. But just to leave the flower, that fucking shing,
That's why women are amazing.
or terrible, it's how you look at it.
I say amazing.
And then
It goes to Pacey, right?
yeah, it goes to Pacey getting let the Allie ladder just can't go through with the prank. She was supposed to keep him waiting, but she had to go like, "Hey, you're so sweet." Oh yeah, and she
You
told
think it was
me
a prank?
that you. What's that?
I thought, see, I didn't think she thought it was a prank. I think she like legit is an idiot and was like, "Your heart is dying."
Yes, okay, but here's I mean, maybe she thought that,
But
but
why
also
would
like,
you stand him up or be late? That's dumb.
and she her boyfriend was there. She was like had her boyfriend pull up, and she's like, I just got to run out and tell this guy. Like, it's a prank for fucking setting him up like that.
Yeah, that's mean. 100%. Well, because
Yeah,
I think she said she intended on doing the date, and then it was her 5 months anniversary, and her boyfriend wasn't cool with it.
yeah, but that's just all seems fucking. So you had a boyfriend, you didn't say
Well, she
anything.
probably told her boyfriend like, "I promise Pacey he's dying," and the boyfriend was like, "He's not dying. Don't go on the date."
Yeah,
She
what's
just
a 5 month anniversary though? Also, what is that?
good question. Um, yeah,
And but yeah, then I thought even better. I didn't know she was going to say terminal illness. I thought she was going to say gay. I thought she was going to be
I
like, I
totally
thought you were gay.
because of the whole brother thing. It like made sense.
Yeah, and the hair thing. Like, I guess maybe that was a more of a straight dude look. The frosted tips back then.
Sure, yeah.
Um, but yeah, so he gets totally crushed, and then
And then she says the dumbest line of all time, where she's like, "I have was it diabetes or something like that? Like she
I
had
think it was even less than that.
yeah, it's something like not a big deal. She's like, I have something, and if people treated me differently because of it, I would be." It's just like, oh
Yeah.
yes, dumb characters.
Uh, and yeah, and then Pacey ends up. So then they made this very clear from the beginning that like it would be Pacey and Andy.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like, we're gonna end up with them together.
for sure. Ew.
He ends up in the I don't know, very nice, clearly where rich people go, kind of even more like farmers markety place. What would you call it? Like a co-op or something?
I thought it was like a convenience store, but like, why would you go to?
Oh no, there's lots of nice lotions
But
and
before that place, that's when Jen sits with her grandma, and her grandma
oh yeah.
explains to her like, I came here because my husband and I first date, and then they kind of sit together and have a nice, pretty moment. And then she also says like, I have no friends. You're my only friend, and you don't even like me.
Yeah, she even fucking Joey's grandma. Yeah.
Jen, the new Joey, season.
Yeah. It kind of is. Um
I guess the writers were like, we need one sad female.
yeah, they at all times. Need one sad female at all times.
Thank God that they're
Um
changed.
I don't like this turn Jen is taken.
No, I don't like any of this shit. So passionate about it.
But also, it's so in the scene where he then goes and finds Andy in the store, and she kind of like explains to him how he was a dick, and it's news to him. Um, but and then he kind of sees like, well, I couldn't fuck that one. See, this is how easily
High school guy thing.
Pacey can jump next to next lily pad. Uh, he goes, maybe, I'm interested in her, but also he's immediately going to take the blonde out of his hair.
Yeah,
He
because the
did
show
it this
was over. The
episode and he
movie
wants
was
to get
over.
it out.
It was just for the movie, and that
Yeah.
they shot this episode probably over the summertime or something weird just to keep some of it similar.
I think I know the movie. Cruel Intentions.
Oh, probably was that
Isn't he?
1988? Well, it would have came out later, but it would have been shot. 1998. Sorry, not 88. 98.
Yeah, I think it came out in like 2000, so maybe it was shot in like 98, 99.
Yeah. Yeah. This
But
makes
I thought he had like didn't he play a gay guy with blonde hair in that?
probably.
Well, listeners write in, or we'll look it up after the show.
You better.
Yeah, and then so he sees Anasuits. Clearly, that's going to end up being a thing, and boy, does it! That's a whole saga that is gone through.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be. It'll be a lot of fun. And then it goes back to Joey and Dawson, right? We got to wrap it
No,
up.
we got the parents first.
Oh, you're right. We do. We got the parents. We got to wrap them up first.
Yeah, where all of a sudden Gail goes in like she didn't fuck somebody, and she can yell at him.
But when are you? That is the weird thing about like people who cheat. Eventually, the other person has to forgive you or not. Like they have to make a decision. And if they
Yeah,
choose to forgive you, then they can't hold it over you forever.
yeah,
I think they can because I 100% would. But like if I was the other person, the cheater, it would ruin the relationship too. Just to be like, you got to stop doing this shit. You know what I mean?
for
Like
sure,
eventually, you got to trust me.
for sure. But again, timeline wise, it's only been about a month.
Yeah, he's fine.
So he doesn't have to stop yet. He's got a little
A
time.
year at least. However long she was fucking that dude times 2.
Yeah. Which she, for no reason at all, told him exactly how many days back in that fucking hurricane episode. Then it goes to but I also like Mitch, who is just like, hey bitch, I was exploring my options. That's not your fucking business.
And then she's like, well, you need to decide, do you want to work on this marriage or get a divorce? And he's like, I like one of those options. I just don't know which one. That's
Yeah.
a funny line.
And then it goes to Joey and Dawson walking along. And that's where you see too, I guess you didn't quite notice this when he went and picked her up, but she had I'm seeing it right now, a ridiculously short skirt on for something you would think Joey would wear. What's that?
I thought they were shorts.
I mean, it might be jorts, but I'm pretty sure it's just
Jorts?
a skirt.
What's a jort? No, that's those are shorts.
When they're walking along
Yeah, when the light hits them, those are shorts. She's just wearing heels, and not like heels, she's wearing a wedge. I could freeze frame it. I'm looking at
kinda, it's like they're weird shorts. They're like
the
shorts that are barely attached at the bottom.
They flare out instead of strapping your body in.
Yeah, but they are very short.
Whatever. When we post this, I'm going to post shorts or skirt, and we'll do a viewer's choice.
Well, we're huge in India, so they're probably just like, either way, only a whore would wear those.
I mean, maybe.
And then Dawson, so his hair is definitely cut here,
Yeah,
and I think that's why they did the haircut scene.
100%. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think they genuinely shot the continuance scene of them making out the same end of season 1, and then I think they shot everything else after. And that's why
But they had to come up with how it could still be the same day. Boom, they're immediately getting a haircut. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because like the girls' hairs are back, like Jen's hair is back most of this episode. So
probably because it's completely
we don't
different.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. And Joey never, I don't think she has fucking changed her hair to this day.
No, she's like, I want everyone to know that I am Joey.
Yeah, like she was the whole time she was married to TC, just Joey hair.
What a relationship that was.
Oh boy, yeah. Do you think we'll discuss that later in these films. Oddly though, and it was good, but it was just better writing for Joey. Her in the movie Go,
Mm-hmm.
I think, is maybe one of her better performances. It's a great movie, but she also is very much the Joey in that fucking movie, because she's the one who like doesn't do drugs, doesn't want to be there at all, but just kind of gets stuck with it, but then goes along with it a little bit. But she's very much the downer character in that movie even.
Yeah, we are planning on doing all of the movies that this cast did.
Yes, possibly on a Patreon. Those will be Patreon episodes. We'll go movie by movie with everybody in the cast. So as soon as we have the Patreon set up, we'll have you guys
something more fun, like we'll show the movie in the middle of the screen or something.
Yeah, we can definitely do all of that shit. We can do live watch alongs.
They should see more than
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do live, and then the live ones will always be
Oh
up there,
yeah,
but
let's do live Patreon. You know what?
people
Let's
can
do a vote.
watch along with us, and we'll commentate.
I like live. I like live better. Yeah, or Twitch. We can do it on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Hit us
Mm-hmm.
up, guys. Our Instagram is always in these things. Hit us up and let us know what you would prefer. My
Yeah, what's
Instagram
easier
is
for you?
McVicar, Kim. I think it's a dot MCVICAR. And your Insta shame is
Handren Seavey, HANDRENSEAVEY, just all one thing. Everything on mine, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of it.
yeah,
Same thing. Hit us up. Let us know what you like better, Twitch or Patreon.
yeah, because I'd rather be in the place where people want to go.
Yeah,
And
totally.
then let's get back to the end of season 2, episode 1. They make out on the swings, and it's sweet.
It's sweet. I'm looking at it right now, though. If I were in that position, I would instantly regret the positioning.
No, it was great for camera and to show that they were young and innocent.
Yes, but for a long makeout session, it's a terrible position to be in.
Yeah, and she arches her back every time, so she's definitely fucked in real life by this time. Her character, the way that they make out every time, she arches forward with her top, so you know that.
Well, yeah, of course she's fucked. How do you think she got the part? Come on.
Praying.
No, that's how Graham got the part.
Okay, cool.
I'm kidding. If anybody fucked for this part, it was Graham.
Dawson.
That would be funny if we find out this was made by the Weinstein Company.
Oh yeah, let's find out their auditions too if we can.
Ooh, I'm gonna look those up right after this. See if we can see some audition of them.
We can
That'd
post
be
that.
great.
Yeah, that's fun.
But yeah, that's how they close off. So the second kiss happens right at the end.
And a third right after.
Yeah, to kind of cap it off. And I also do like that I mean, it's probably going to continue going up and down and up and down with their relationship, but at least they didn't, it was more of a sitcom-y format where problem middle of the episode solved by the end of the episode. So they're still on good terms, still relationship progressing forward.
Yeah, and I like that they didn't shit on their relationship immediately. Like, let them. We know
Be
they're not
happy.
going to last forever because it's a fucking TV show, but let them have a few episodes so that we as fans can be like, yay!
Yeah.
Because I need it. I need it. I need it right now.
Yeah, and not have all of the drama of the entire series be just their relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's fucking season 2, episode 1.
I don't want to wait for the next
Second Kiss.
episode.
What was the name of it?
I think it was just Kiss. Yeah, it's The Kiss. The Kiss.
The Kiss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it went Decisions was the last one.
Mhm.
Yep, The Kiss. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Let us know again, Patreon or Twitch.
Yeah, and let us know about your first kiss when you do. Write in, tell us which one you'd like to do and what was your first kiss. And if anybody has a good one, we'll share it if you want.
I'm so afraid that one's gonna be like, I forced myself on this chick and it was amazing, or the other way around.
Yeah, come on, we got Jens out there too.
I know, like all the psycho bitches. Write us. I'm in.
All right, thanks for listening, and I don't want to wait for the next one.
Bye.